Hello everyone, Science Viking here, and it's time for our final confrontation with Balor. Let's begin the last battle.
Tuesday, July 21st, the Fortress. Alric's plan is a mad one. One of the many strange things we found while trapped inside the Tane was the shredded battle standard of that long-dead race of evil creatures called the Mircridia. I thought that we had left it behind, but someone must have climbed that horrible pile of skulls and brought it out with them when we escaped. The Mircridia were the most vicious servants of the Dark in another time, now long past, and Balor himself imprisoned them within the Tane. Or at least that's what Alric says. I'd always heard that the Mircridia were hunted to extinction by Connaught, the great hero of the Wind Age. Alric says Connaught and Balor are two different names for the same person. I think 4 months in the desert addled his mind. How could the greatest hero of the Wind Age, the king of Mjolnir during its golden age, become the greatest evil of our time? Alric intends to approach within 100 yards of the fortress and raise the Mircridian standard. Because of Balor's old enmity toward the Mircridia, Alric is certain that this will so enrage Balor that he will come to deal with us himself. All we have to do is plant the standard and wait.
Yep, this is it. This is the final confrontation with the leader of the Fallen Lords. This is going to be serious.
Ready.
And we don't get a journeyman
Yes.
this time. But we do get some very experienced archers. No experienced dwarves, though. I guess they all got blown up in the River of Blood. Anyway, before we proceed, I am going to quick pull us up a fresh recording file. I will be back in a second. Alright, I have a fresh recording file. Let's do this. Proceed with the last battle. And our first obstacle in the last battle is fetch.
Ready.
So we're going to lead with our archers in a long line formation and move forward carefully.
Yes.
As just kind of a further insult, the terrain that we're looking for them on is red, which means that the red enemy dots don't show up as obviously on the minimap. I mean, you can still see them, it's not like they're invisible, but they are less obvious than they would be if it was a different color. But we've got one. Get everybody in a position to take them out.
Yeah.
Take it out. Now I refer to individual fetch as them.
Hey, move it. Honey.
And we just continue wading through this river of blood.
Ready.
But, hey guys, I bet when you woke up this morning you didn't expect that you would be hip deep in blood. And even worse, it's not even the blood of your enemies. Which reminds me, did you know that this channel is sponsored by the blood of your enemies? Drink the blood of your enemies. It's refreshing.
Sir?
Alright, there should be 2 more fetch, and we do want to actually find and kill both of them.
Let's go. Sir?
But in the meantime, we're going to keep moving towards the objective. I could have sworn I just saw one.
I'm moving.
And now I'm just imagining this is the other effect.
Ready.
There's a real one. That's the other effect of the red on the mini-map, as it causes you to imagine enemies when they aren't actually there.
Ready.
And open fire.
Stand clear.
Alright.
That was mine.
That was a bit nerve-wracking, and there's the last one.
I'm moving.
You guys head towards the high ground.
Yes.
You guys get turned around and get into your formation. And we're not going to be able to kill it quite on top of the corpse of its buddy, but close. Kind of an amusing self-imposed challenge to leave all the dead fetch in piles.
Side. Stand clear. Yes.
Alright, that's it. That's the last one. Okay. And get everybody back into the short line formation, and let's get over here. And this is Alric with what's left of the force that he had in Pools of Iron. He's lost both his journeymen, most of his berserks, and most of his archers. Though in all honesty, seeing as he brought zero, and we're just reinforcements, in all honesty, seeing as he brought 0 dwarves, I'm not really that surprised that he suffered some casualties.
Hurry! Balor is on his way.
Okay, the first thing you want to do once you regain control is to select all of your guys and get away from the battle standard. You'll find out why in a moment, but if you standing near this thing will result in tears, trust me.
Let's go.
And we see this extremely large enemy force gradually, okay, not really extremely large, this moderately large enemy force just kind of gradually take shape. And so while they're getting into formation, we should get into formation. This is honestly kind of a trap, because you're really going to want to take formation on the high ground here to be ready, and you really shouldn't.
Sir?
I'm moving.
Ready?
Get back. Here he comes.
He says get back, but that doesn't really imply get away from the... Whoa! Doesn't really imply get away from the battle standard.
Alric? And what madness made you raise it here?
As a lesson
That
in
is
humility,
Balor.
Balor.
Then I have a lesson for you as well.
Yeah, Balor can shoot lightning bolts. As you can imagine from the giant bolt of divine retribution,
Sir?
it causes some splash damage. Don't stand next to the battle standard, kids. Also, yeah, we have to kill that guy.
I'm moving. Yeah. Yeah. I'm moving. Yeah.
We have to kill the guy who just apparently has the ability to call down divine retribution.
Ready?
I actually don't want to split my dwarves up this time. It's slightly higher risk,
Ready?
but I'm
All right.
impatient. Now, they'll give
On
you
the
plenty
way.
of time to get into position.
All right.
But you can trigger them to attack you early by doing this. Of course, you have to hit. Nice job, newbie. I'm honestly surprised it's possible to be inexperienced this far into the war. Okay, are you trolling me? Are you trolling me?
All right.
Was that real? Did that actually just happen? I swear, what is wrong with you? Did he just figure we're definitely gonna die today anyway? May as well just get completely plastered before the fight?
Hey, move it.
Well, that's always fun.
Got him.
Away. No. Okay, dwarves, when I give you instructions, you need to wait a little bit in case I change my mind. I know there's no way you could possibly know that, but do it anyway. Okay, you two go after that. You two go after that. And you guys should mostly go after that. That was a really confusing set of explosives. Okay, we're gonna take out the mirrors. That's gonna take all of the firepower from the dwarves. Okay. Archers concentrate the firepower on that Myrmidon.
Incoming. That was mine.
Whoa. You really... This is why I don't normally do dwarves in groups of 4. I felt like doing something special to commemorate the fact that we're all gonna die.
Got him. Got him.
the archers
That
finish
was
this.
mine.
And fetch! Right, I forgot about those. Alright,
Sir? Got him.
one down.
Stand clear. Hey, stand clear. Yes! Ready?
Okay. Now, it's important to follow Alric, but it's also important to stay a decent ways behind Alric, for reasons that are kind of obvious. Basically, Balor is not supposed to attack any of my units at in the next stage. This is actually a fairly scripted fight, and we're supposed to be mostly fighting Balor's minions at the moment. We'll have our confrontation with Balor himself later. But
Sir?
if you get too close to
must follow
Balor,
him.
I know, Alric. If you get too close to Balor,
Let's
he
go.
will just lightning bolt you, and it does some damage. Feel free to check out the fail playlist to see what happens if you stand too close to the supervillain.
Ready?
Yeah.
Right. Trying to mostly stay in formation. No.
Sir?
What are you guys doing?
I'm moving.
Sir?
The rest of your legion has been destroyed, Alric. What more can you do with this handful of men?
I guess those heads belonged to the distraction. Well, I know I'm distracted. And yep, Alric still has dispersive dreams. He just doesn't use very many of them.
Yeah.
I believe he only starts this level with 3 as well. Yeah, this group of thrall is backed up by a fetch, so we're going to want to be careful. Because the fetch are the real
Ready?
problem.
Hey,
Alright.
move it. Fuck. Got him. Money.
Okay.
Money. That was mine.
Actually,
Ready?
never mind.
Step
The other
aside.
force of thrall isn't advancing, so we can afford
That
to
was
take
mine.
these guys out fully. Well, they're
Step
advancing
aside.
now.
Sir? Step aside. Hey, move it. Stand clear. Ready? Step aside. Hey, move it.
One that went wild.
Oh yeah. Money.
Okay, dwarves out of the
Yeah.
way.
Step
Archers,
aside.
just take that out. You
Got him.
want to. Okay.
We must follow him.
Sir?
Yeah, Ulrich, we're actually ahead of you on that.
I'm moving.
Ready? Sir?
And yeah, we just continue pursuing Balor towards the
Over
next set
here.
piece. For a game that doesn't normally use what you'd really call
Yes?
set pieces, this one does it pretty well the one time it really has like these major set piece kind of scripted fights.
Yeah.
There are a few ways things can go kind of weird, and you have to know a little bit. It requires a little bit more of an understanding of what you're supposed to do, because there's fairly particular things you really need to do in each fight, but particularly in the
Ready?
last one. But it's not that hard to figure out. Okay.
Let's go.
The dwarves really actually can sit this one out. I'm going to separate the berserks into
Yeah.
groups of 2 or so, with the majority of them then
I'm
staying
moving. I'm moving.
more near the high ground. And
Ready?
we have these fetch, and we want to kill them.
Let's go. Yeah.
4 groups of 2 should do it, and the rest of the berserks will stay in reserve
Let's
for
go.
something else.
Yes?
Yeah, these fetch are somewhat unusual in that they won't directly attack us, because they are part of a scripted event. Alright. Let's go after the second group. Well, watching the first group carefully on the minimap.
Join me or die, Alric. You cannot hope to win this battle.
I do not need to win the battle, Balor. Only to kill you.
And now, the Fetch are supposed... Yep, the Fetch will start attacking Alric, but for a while they will ignore everything that is not Alric. So, we can send both our Berserks and our Archers after the Fetch. While they rudely ignore the narration. Those Berserk take some splash damage. Like I said, when the situation for the Fetch gets bad enough, they will start attacking the Berserks. But they have to take a fair amount of damage before they do this. But this is the reason why you do not want to commit all of your Berserks to this fight. Because we'll need them to take care of the Myrmidons, who would otherwise get too close to Alric, so we couldn't attack them with the Dwarves. And for one other thing we have to do later. The Archers, however, are once again no longer necessary. The Archers, like the Dwarves, are no longer necessary.
Let's go. Let's go.
Now it's all down to Berserks. It is, however, important that we stay behind Alric.
Over here. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
That's why. I lost the guy to that.
We'll do it.
Because Alric...
Kill him! Kill him!
Yes.
Alric has a way to paralyze Balor, temporarily. This is the amount of time we have left. The Berserks have to get up there and kill Balor before he breaks free. This is the only way we have any chance of beating Balor, is just by killing him while he's stunned. And he's struggling to resist. He even managed to call down a lightning bolt earlier. But, despite breaking free, we still managed to finish him off because he had barely any health when he broke free. Now, Alric teleports everyone else away, somehow, and then when this huge legion of Myrmidons comes at him, he waits for them to get into position, and... we don't get to see it, but I'd say it's a safe bet that he used a dispersal dream to rid himself of that last group of Myrmidons. But that was the last battle. Yeah, that level can be challenging. The main issue is you really need to respect the lightning. If you even stand near where Balor is going to attack, bad things will happen to you. Anyway, even though we have just decapitated the enemy's leadership, literally as it turned out, this was not actually, and despite the fact that this level was called The Last Battle, this was not actually the final level. There is one more level after this. So, I will join you next time for the actual final part of the Myth the Fallen Lords Let's Play, The Great Devoid. And in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I love you all.